Welcome friends. So today we will be seeing one of the new passage, reading passage 1. You should spend about 20 minutes on question 1 to 13 which are based on reading passage 1 on pages 2 and 3. So this is the title of our passage, Tunneling Under the Thames. Tunneling under the Thames. Thames, it is a major river. Okay, and from the title we can assume that there must be something regarding tunneling under the Thames river. So let's see the subtitle. The first tunnel ever to be built under a major river was the tunnel under London's river Thames. Okay, as we are seeing, no ABCD is mentioned here, so we will quickly numberize our paragraphs 1, 2, 3. 4, 5 and 6. So in total we have 6 paragraphs in this passage. Okay, so let's see the question types. So our first question type, questions 1 to 8. In the boxes 1 to 8 on your answer sheet, write true if the statement agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts the information, and not given if there is no information on this. So now let's quickly mark our keywords. Number 1, in the early 19th century, so this is our major keyword, early 19th century, the port of London was considered a safer destination than other ports. So these are our keywords. Number 2, London Bridge provided quick access for cargo being sent to southern Britain. So these are our keywords. Number 3, it was generally believed that new river crossing would be profitable. So these are our keywords. Number 4, building a second bridge crossing was initially considered to be the best solution. Number 5, it was believed that coal would be found under the river Thames. So these are our keywords. We have to look for these keywords in our paragraph. 6 number, the Thames Aqueduct Company was the first group to try tunneling below the Thames. 7 number, some of the Trevix men were injured during the mudslide at his tunnel. 8 number, the Thames Aqueduct Company ran out of money to finance the tunnel project. So these are our keywords. We have to look for these keywords. So let's move forward. Let's see our another question type. Questions 9 to 13. Questions 9 to 13, complete the notes below. So this is our another question type. Choose one word only from the passage for each answer. So this is very important. If they are asking for one word, then only one word. Okay. Write your answer in the boxes 9 to 13 on your answer sheet. So this is the title of the notes, Mark Brunel's tunnel. Okay. Preparing to build tunnel. Brunel noticed how a kind of dash made its tunnel in wood. So these are our keywords. Brunel created a device called a tunneling shield to protect people working under the river. Brunel planned to build a shallow tunnel so the earth would have a higher content of dash. So these are our keywords. So let's move forward. Problems faced by miners. There were frequent floods caused by mechanical breakdowns. The miners suffered from dash because of pollution in the tunnels. Lighting problems led to several dash. Okay, so these are our keywords. We have to look for these keywords. Some workers quit because of the high temperature in the tunnels. After the tunnel was finished, the tunnel was finally completed in 1841. Brunel did not have enough money to repay his debt to the dash. The tunnel was abandoned until the 1880s. So these are our keywords. We have to look for these keywords in our paragraphs. Okay. So we will move forward towards our paragraphs. So here our initial keyword is 19th century. Here our keyword is preparing to build the tunnel. Okay, we have two question types only, true, false, not given, and complete the notes. So we will move forward towards our first paragraph. So now let's quickly read our first paragraph. First paragraph. At the beginning of the 19th century, the port of London, so this is our keyword 19th century, the port of London was the busiest in the world. Cargoes that had travelled thousands of miles and survived all the hazards of the sea were unloaded on the banks of the Thames, only for their owners to discover that the most frustrating portion of their journey lay ahead. Consignments intended for the southern parts of the Britain had to be lifted onto horse carts, pulled through the docks and across London Bridge, built in the 12th century and as impractical as its early date implies. By 1820, London Bridge had become the center of the world's largest traffic jam. Okay, so we are getting our keywords 19th century. Okay, so let's see whether we are getting our answer or not. See whether we are getting our answer. So our first question type, that is true, false, not given. So our first question. In the early 19th century, the port of London was considered a safer destination than other ports. So we have not seen anything regarding safer destination in our first paragraph. Okay. But we have seen this keyword 19th century, but we have not seen this entire line. Okay. The port of London was considered safer destination than other port. This thing we have not seen in first paragraph. Let's see. Number 2. London Bridge provided quick access for cargo being sent to southern Britain. So this thing we have seen. Southern Britain we have seen in the same paragraph only. London Bridge also we have seen. And quick access and cargo we have seen. Okay. London Bridge provide quick access for cargo being sent to southern Britain. Quick access. So let's see whether we are getting our answer or not. So from here we have seen this consignment intended for the southern parts of the Britain. This is our keyword, southern parts of the Britain, had to be lifted onto the horse carts, pulled through the docks and across the London Bridge. So it is not a easy access. Okay, it is not a easy access. And we are getting our answer from here to here. I hope you have understood this, and both the statements are contradicting with each other. In paragraph, what they are mentioning that consignment intended for the southern parts of the Britain had to be lifted onto the horse craft, pulled through the docks and across the London Bridge. So this is not a easy access. And in question, what they are asking, London Bridge provided quick access for cargo being sent to southern Britain. So both the statements are contradicting. So we will write false. We will write false in front of 2 in our answer sheet. I hope you have understood this, from where we are getting this answer. Okay, let's move forward. Number 3, it was generally believed that a new river crossing would be profitable. So let's see whether we are getting this answer. So let's see whether we are getting our answer. So in this paragraph, we have not seen anything regarding new bridge. Okay, in this paragraph we have not seen anything regarding this. And let's see our another question type, preparing to build the tunnel. So this thing also we have not seen yet in our first paragraph. So we will move forward towards our second paragraph. So now let's quickly read our second paragraph. It was an intolerable situation, and it was clear that if private enterprise would build another crossing. So another crossing means new crossing they are mentioning here, okay? Another crossing closer to the docks, there would be good money. There would be good money to be made in tolls paid by the users. Look, we are getting our answer, okay? Another crossing means new crossing, okay? So we are getting our answer. And it was clear that if private enterprise would build another crossing closer to the dock, there would be a good money. Good money means profit. Good money to be made in tolls paid by the user. Another bridge was out of question as this would deny sailing ships access to the city center, and ambitious men turned their thoughts to tunneling beneath the Thames instead. This was not such an obvious idea as it might appear, although increasing demand for coal had meant a great many tunnels had been dug in mines in Britain. Working methods remained primitive. Tunnels were dug by men with simple tools by candlelight. However, in 1807, a group of businessmen set themselves up as the Thames Aquay Company. So this is also our keyword, Thames Aquay Company. Their ambition was to tunnel below the Thames, but there was little to guide them as there had been no previous attempt to do this. Their chief engineer was Richard Trevithick, designer of the world's first high-pressure steam engine. His men made progress at the beginning, but then things began to disastrously wrong. With muddy soil pouring into the tunnel. Eventually, the Thames Aquay Company had enough. Its funds were exhausted. Travis was sick from exposure to the river water, and its effort had proved only that a passage under the river exceeded the limits of contemporary mining technology. So we are getting so many things from this paragraph, okay? We are getting one of our answer from this line. We have just seen the question in true false not given. Third one, okay. It was generally believed that the new river crossing would be profitable. Would be profitable means making more money. We have just seen. Okay, so these statements agreeing with the statement given in passage. So this statement and the statement provided in the passage both are agreeing with each other. And from where we are getting our answer? We are getting our answer from here. And it was clear that if private enterprise would build another crossing closer to the dock, there would be good money to be made in tolls paid by the user. And we are getting our answer from this line. Okay, I hope you have understood this. And that's why we have written true here. Okay, I hope you have understood this. So let's move forward. Number 4. Building a second bridge crossing was initially considered to be the best solution. Initially considered to be the best solution. So let's see whether we are getting our answer or not. So let's see. They are talking about the best solution initially, okay, in 4th number. So let's see, in the same paragraph, we have seen the second bridge. Let's see whether we are getting our answer or not. So, another bridge was out of the question. Another bridge was out of the question, okay. Look this line. Another bridge was out of the question as this would deny sailing ships access to the city center, and ambitious men turned their thoughts to tunneling beneath the Thames instead. This was not such an obvious idea as it might appear. Okay, so in these lines, they are not saying that initially it was the best idea for creating another bridge. Instead, what they are thinking to tunneling beneath the Thames. Okay. So, both the statements are contradicting with each other. Okay, I hope you have understood this, what they are mentioning in this line. They are mentioning that they turn toward the tunneling beneath the Thames instead of making another bridge. Okay, so, and in question what they are asking, building a second bridge crossing were initially considered to be the best solution. No, initially what they are thinking about the tunneling under the Thames. Okay, so both the statements are contradicting, so that's why we will write false in front of 4 in our answer set. I hope you have understood this. Getting our answer, this answer from here. Okay, I hope you have understood this from here. Another bridge was out of the question, and this would deny sailing ships Access to the city center and ambitious men turned their thoughts to tunneling beneath the Thames instead. This was not such an obvious idea as it might appear. Okay, and we are getting our answer from these lines, these 3 lines. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Okay, so now let's move forward. It was believed that coal would be found under the river Thames. We have seen this keyword coal, but we have not seen that it was believed that coal would be found under the river Thames. Okay, but we have seen this keyword coal in this paragraph. Okay, this was not such an obvious idea as might appear. Although increasing demand for coal had meant a great many tunnels have been dug in mines in Britain, working methods remains primitive. Okay, they are mentioning coal, but they are not mentioning that it was believed that coal would be found under the river Thames. Okay, this thing they are not mentioning in this paragraph. Okay, and in first question, this question also we are not getting. Okay, this line also we are not getting in first paragraph also, in second paragraph also. So we will write not given. Okay, because every answer come in sequence. If we don't get one answer and we found another, then we can assume that this line must be not given in the paragraph. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Every answer comes in sequence. You will not get that this comes first, then this comes, then this comes. No. For initially you will, if you start getting your answer, then it comes in sequence. Okay. In similar question type. Okay. In same question type. If you are getting the second number of answer in first paragraph, then you will get another answer in third paragraph, maybe, but you will not get fifth answer in second paragraph. I hope you have understood this. Okay, so this line we have not seen in first paragraph also, in second paragraph also, so that's why we have written not given here. And it was fifth number, it was believed that coal would be found under the river Thames, so this line also we have not seen in second paragraph. So we will move forward. The Thames Railway Company was the first group to try tunneling below the Thames. Yes, this thing we have seen in the same paragraph. In the second paragraph only we have seen. And yes, this statement is true. So we will write true in front of 6 in our answer sheet. From where we are getting this answer? We are getting this answer from the same paragraph only. What they are asking, the Thames Railway Company was the first group to try tunneling below the Thames. And in paragraph what they are mentioning? In paragraph what they are mentioning? They are mentioning tunnels were dug by a man with simple tools by candlelight. However, in 1807, a group of businessmen set themselves up as the Thames Railway Company. Their ambition was to tunnel below the Thames, but there was little to guide them as there had been no previous attempt to do this. No previous attempt to do this means no previous information of regarding tunneling under the Thames. Okay, this company was the first to tunnel underneath the Thames. Okay, from these lines we are getting our answer. From here to here we are getting our answer. Okay, and that's why we have written true in front of 6 in our answer sheet. I hope you have understood this. Okay, as we are getting this answer, we are not getting this answer. Okay, but we have found this keyword, but we have not seen this entire line. So we can quickly write not given here. Why? Because we found this answer, but we didn't found this line. So we will write not given. Okay, because in further paragraph we will find this and not this. It will come in sequence. Try to understand this. Okay, so let's move forward. 7 number. Some of the Trevix men were injured during a mudslide at his tunnel. Some of the Trevix men were injured. So let's see whether we are getting our answer or not in the same paragraph only. So in this paragraph, they are mentioning that Trevix was sick from exposure to the river water, and its effort had proved that a passage under the river exceeded the limit of the contemporary mining technology. Okay. So in this paragraph, we are not getting anything regarding that Trevish men were injured. Okay. So in this paragraph, we are not getting anything regarding this. Okay. So we will move forward. So, and in another question type here, they are directly asking for the Mac-Brunel tunnel. Okay. Mac-Brunel tunnel. So we will move forward towards our third paragraph. So now let's quickly read our third paragraph. At that time, the only machines used in mines were pumps. It took a man of genius to recognize that a different sort of machine was needed. A machine that would prevent the roof and walls of a tunnel from collapsing. This man was Marc Brunel. Okay, this is our keyword. So this is our keyword, Marc Brunel. A Frenchman who had become one of the most prominent engineers in Britain, not long after the failure of the Thames Aqua Company. Brunel saw a rotten piece of wood lying on the river bank. Examining the wood through a magnifying glass, he observed it was infested with something that looked like a worm. Brunel realized that as it tunneled through the wood, it would push chewed wood into its mouth and digest it, then excrete a hard substance that lined the new tunnel. Brunel realized that the worms digging technique would be adapted to produce a new way of tunneling. His realization led him to invent a device that has been used in one form or another in most major tunnels built since, the tunneling shield. It consisted of a heavy iron frame that would be pushed forward a few inches at a time. The front of the frame was made up of a series of iron frames that would be folded back to allow miners to dig the ground ahead. Behind these frames was a wall consisting of a series of iron plates pressed against the tunnel face and supported on a set of horizontal wooden planks that would prevent the face from collapsing. It was a complex and rather cumbersome machine and not easy to use, but it seemed that it would protect the miners from the worst of the river's water. Brunel's team carefully examined earth samples taken from beneath the riverbed and subsequently decided to dig the tunnel close to the muddy river bottom, where he would expect to find clay. This would be a more solid and safe substance to dig through than the sand, and that was found deeper down. Okay, so from third paragraph we are getting so many things. So let's see our question type. So in third paragraph, some of the Trevix men were injured during a mudslide at his tunnel. So this thing we have not seen in third paragraph also. The Thames Aqua Company ran out of money to finance the tunnel project. So this thing also we have not seen in third paragraph. So we will move forward towards our another question type. So we have seen this Marc Brunel tunnel. Okay, this keyword we have seen in third paragraph. Preparing to build the tunnel. Brunel noticed how a kind of dash made its tunnel in woods. We have just seen this thing. In the third paragraph only we have seen this thing. So let's see. So from here, okay. Brunel saw a rotten piece of wood lying on the river bank. Examining the wood through a magnifying glass, he observed it was infested with something that looked like a worm. Brunel realized that as it tunneled through the wood, it would push chewed wood into its mouth and digest it, and then exit a hard substance that lined the new tunnel. So our answer will be worm. Okay. Brunel noticed how kind of worm made its tunnel in wood. So our answer will be WORM, worm. Look for the spellings. Spellings are very important. Okay, friends. Let's move forward. Brunel created device called a tunneling shield to protect people working under the river. Yes, we have seen. Brunel planned to build a shallow tunnel so the earth would have higher content of. We have just seen this in the same paragraph only. In the continuation of the third paragraph only, we have seen what Brunel is saying. Brunel's team carefully examined earth sample taken from beneath the riverbed and subsequently decided to dig the tunnel close to the muddy river bottom, where he would expect to find clay. This would be a more solid and safe substance to dig through than the sand that was found deeper down. Clay found deeper down. Okay. So our answer will be Brunel planned to build a shallow tunnel so the earth would have a higher content of clay. Okay. So I hope you have understood this, from where we are getting our answer. Okay. And here what they are asking, problems faced by miners. So in third paragraph we have not seen anything regarding miners. Okay, problems faced by miners. So we will move forward towards our fourth paragraph, and now let's quickly read our fourth paragraph. Brunel began work on his tunnel in 1825, but the problem of such an operation soon became apparent. Although the shield itself worked well, water began to drip into the tunnel. This was more of an annoyance than a danger while the pump was working, but this machine proved unreliable and sometimes failed altogether. When the pump broke down, work had to stop as the tunnel quickly flooded. There were occasions when the miners look, our keyword, we have got our keyword, when the miners had to abandon their tools and flee for their lives. Even when Brunel's men were able to work, they had to run the constant risk of the pumps failing. They also complained of frequent headaches and dizziness caused by poor air quality. The air underground was dirty and stale, contaminated due to the lack of an adequate ventilation system. There were lighting problems too. Illuminating the tunnels by candlelight was a constant challenge. Lamps give off only a very weak glow, and there were a number of accidents because the miners could not see what they are doing. Lastly, a number of Brunel's miners walked off the job because they could not tolerate the excessive temperatures that develop in the cramped condition underground. So we are getting so many things from this paragraph. So let's see whether we are getting our answers or not. So now let's see whether we are getting our answers or not. So in true false not given, what they are asking here, some of the Trevick's men were injured during the mudslide at his tunnel. So this thing we have not seen till now. The Thames Aqua Company ran out of money to finance the tunnel project. So this thing also we have not seen till now. Okay. So, and here, problems faced by miners. Yes, we have seen this keyword, miners. There were frequent floods caused by mechanical breakdown. Yes, we have seen this. The miners suffered from, we have seen two things, headaches and dizziness. Okay. We have seen two things, headache and dizziness. Okay. They are also complained of frequent headache and dizziness caused by the poor air quality. Pollution. Poor air quality means pollution. Poor air quality means they are talking about the pollution. So our answer will be headaches. Look for the spellings. Spellings are very important. Okay, friends. Headaches. Okay, so our answer will be headache. Lighting problems led to several dash. So this thing also we have seen in the same paragraph only. So from here, Lamps give off only a very weak glow and there were a number of accidents. So these accidents will be our answer. Number of accidents led to several. Several means number of. Number of. Okay, our answer will be accidents. Look for the spellings. Spellings are very important. Led to several number of accidents. Several means number of accidents. And from where we are getting this answer? We are getting this answer from here. Number of accidents due to poor or weak glow or weak light. Okay, I hope you have understood this. I hope you have understood this. So now let's move forward. Some workers quit because of the high temperatures in the tunnel. Yes, we have seen. After the tunnel was finished, the tunnel was finally completed in 1841. Brunel did not have enough money to repay his debt to the desk. So this thing we have not seen in this paragraph. So we will move forward towards our fifth paragraph. So now let's quickly read our fifth paragraph. Despite all these setbacks, setbacks mean difficulties. Despite all these setbacks, the tunnel finally emerged on the opposite river bank on August 12, 1841. So this is also our keyword 1841. Brunel's trim-up, however, was only partial. The small payment per person made by the thousands of visitors who flocked to see the marvel hardly paid even a penny per foot of the tunnel's construction cost. Brunel had gone bankrupt. Brunel had gone bankrupt long before the project was completed. And the government loan he had required to complete the project had to be paid back with interest. Government loan. As a result, there was not enough funding to make it accessible to horse-drawn vehicles as intended. Instead, the passageways were filled with souvenir sellers and the entertainers. In the end, the tunnel was closed 2 years later, used at night before it was finally closed entirely and fell into the dereliction for decades. So we are getting two things, 1841, okay, and we have seen the bank, our keyword bank. So let's see whether we are getting our answer or not. So in true, false, not given, let's see whether we are getting our answers or not. So seventh number, some of the Trevick's men were injured during the mudslide at this tunnel. So this thing we have not seen. The Thames Aqua Company ran out of money to finance the tunnel project. Yes, this thing we have seen. So this thing we have not seen in this paragraph. The Thames Aqua Company ran out of money to finance the tunnel project. So this thing also we have not seen. Okay. In last paragraph, they are not talking about the Thames Aqua Company, but they are talking about the Brunel's company. Okay. So we are not getting any of the answer. So let's move forward. So let's see whether we are getting this answer or not. The tunnel was finally completed in 1841. Yes, we have seen this. Brunel did not have enough money to repay his debts to the we have just seen. We have just seen to the government. Government will be our answer. And from where we are getting this answer? We are getting this answer from here. Okay. Brunel had gone bankrupt long before the project was completed, and the government loan he had required to complete the project had to be paid back with interest. So our answer will be government. Okay. Okay, I hope you have understood this. And with this we have completed our complete the notes. Okay, we have completed our complete the notes. And in true, false, not given, we have completed our entire question type, that is complete the notes. Only in true, false, not given, these two are remaining, 7th and 8th. Some of the retreatments were injured during the mudslide at this tunnel. So this thing we have not seen anywhere in the paragraphs. Okay. So we will write not given. The Thames Aqua Company ran out of money to finance the tunnel project. So this thing we have to see. Okay, our last paragraph is remaining. Let's first read it. It was only when the Underground Railway came to London in 1880s that the Thames Tunnel found and achieved a measure to real usefulness. It was bought in 1869 by the East London Railway, who found it to be in such excellent condition that it was immediately pressed into the service as a route for passengers train heading east. The tunnel became and remains part of the London Underground network. So in this paragraph we are not getting anything regarding Thames Aqua Company ran out of money. Okay, but in second paragraph in which we are getting the Thames Arkway Company, let's see. So in second paragraph, so this is our second paragraph. We just missed our line, okay? We just missed our line. What they are saying here, what they are saying, eventually the Thames Arkway Company had enough. Its funds were exhausted. Its funds were exhausted means they are running out of money, okay? So our answer, we are getting our answer from here, and this statement agrees with the statement, okay, and we are getting our these true false not given from the second paragraph. So friends, every line is important. We just missed it, okay, but in exam please don't do this type of mistake. Please read each and every line, it's very important. So yes, the Thames Aqua Company ran out of money to finance the tunnel project. Yes, this statement is true. This statement is true. And from where we are getting this answer? We are getting this answer from, Thames Aqua Company ran out of money to finance the tunnel project, and we are getting this answer from second paragraph only, here. Eventually the Thames Aqua Company had enough. Its funds were exhausted. Okay, its funds were exhausted means they are running out of money. Thames Aqua Company ran out of money, okay, to fund tunnel project. Okay, I hope you have understood this, from where we are getting our answer. And with this we have completed our all the question types, true, false, not given, and complete the notes. I hope you have understood this. Okay, so friends, try to learn this passage. Okay, and the title of our passage is Tunneling Under the Thames. So try to learn this passage.